Okay, here's a very interesting quote that goes brazen thief heading to prison for second time this year. Yeah. Okay, let's get into this so-called hapless individual. Alright, less than a month after being released from prison where he served a 6-month term for larceny, Roderick Wilson, a corporate area resident, is headed back to prison. Wilson yesterday pleaded guilty to larceny by trick when he appeared in the Kingston St. Andrew Parish Court and sentenced to 12 months of hard labor. The court heard that on September 29th, the complaint was at the Spanish Town Shopping Center, which saw Wilson, who spoke to her with an accent, indicated he wanted to buy some shoes, and the complainant decided to assist. Complainant accompanied Wilson's store in Spanish Town to borrow some shoes, but noticed he had a bag with exclusive money, suggested that they could travel to downtown Kingston to find cheaper shoes. Alright, so basically we have a shady, a habitual criminal, and a very dumb victim. Alright, so let's continue as to see how Wilson got his foolish mark. They traveled to Kingston, but Wilson told Complainant his sister in pain for something of her choosing. Complainant Wilson then went to the store, and Wilson said he wanted to buy a pair of jeans. The complainant also chose a pair of jeans, and Wilson prompted her to purchase it. When she fit the room, she told the accused to hold her handbag. Yeah, we can see what's going to happen here, but let's continue. Upon return from the fitting room, Wilson left with her belongings. Okay, so this for this dumb woman basically said, okay, Tro was too trusting of this guy. Yeah, common sense dictates that, okay, that if you don't know anyone or so on, or if you know someone who has a very shady and has some very obvious criminal tendencies, yeah, you don't leave your belongings around that person. A 12-year-old kid would know better. Heck, even a 5-year-old would know better than to do that. Senior Parish Judge Lorianne Cole Montague, who heard the case, seen Wilson before, and basically said, "Hey, you've been before me, or prior to this. Okay, so yeah, I marked your face. So apparently, you didn't learn your lesson from the first time." Okay, and Wilson admitted this since the 6-month imprisonment and hard labor earlier this year was released on September 3, and apparently did not learn him lesson. So let's just continue. So in 2017, Wilson was fined $50,000 and 6 months of imprisonment for stealing a woman's bag containing cash of items valued $70,000 in downtown Kingston. On that occasion, an eyewitness saw when Wilson took up the woman's bag at the counter. 4 years later, Wilson met a woman at Tropical Plaza Tree and told her that it was a February just do areas and find stores to do some shopping. So yeah, he's pulled this stunt before and some unwilling, so obviously not very bright marks right here. And basically, this other victim prior to this was dumb enough to actually trust this guy. So yeah, it's what this is sad and also comical. It goes to show, unfortunately, like I know people say, oh, if Wilson, like Roderick Wilson, had better opportunities and more money, that he probably, or that okay, if he had, or that okay, things were different, that he would not be a thief and little degenerate. But it is just very obvious that this guy just had criminal tendencies from very early on. I mean, I don't know his childhood. I'm not going to surmise what his upbringing was like. Obviously, he did not have a very good moral upbringing. And do you think that usually people who are in that predicament where they get caught, all right, and so on, would have this epiphany not to even go down that road if they don't have to? But this guy just a thief. He's just being a criminal. Unfortunately, it's just being embedded in his DNA. Unfortunately, and it's like a drug. Let's say, hey, I have to be outside the law. I have to commit wrongs to gullible, innocent victim people, because that's how I get through my day, is just by having these disgusting criminal tendencies. And yeah, it led him to trouble. And yeah, like I say, he's going to be spending, like I say, if he's going to be 12 months hard labor, that means that he won't be touching the road until after next year. So, and by his history and his patterns, he's not likely going to learn his lesson after that. So they might as well just send him just keeping him in prison for indefinitely. Because if he does, obviously, like either he's too addicted to being a criminal, or he just likes being in jail or prison that much. I say, you know what? Why would not? It's best to just keep me in a cell, because I'm not, obviously, due to how big my rap sheet is, that hey, that it doesn't make much sense that I'm on the road and so on. That I just belong in a cell behind some jail bars. Yeah, and so on. But yeah, this is an interesting story. Something like this you'd see in a heist or a comedy film with about a thief who is just so comedically criminal it is criminal tendencies that you can chuckle. No, the stupid victims of this man, yeah, they don't find it funny, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that if they get a chance to make a series out of this or whatever, they should. And that's where I end this recording. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Gusson Farron, Miles Productions with Thoughts and Miles. Alright.